Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how you can deliver far better results whilst building and implementing AI systems with the exact same tech stack. Now, it all boils down to data. When leveraging AI systems, you must be tracking everything, the inputs, the outputs, and also the exact results. And this is where our custom inbound voice agent dashboard comes in. With this dashboard, you can track the total calls, the bookings, the transfers, the not qualified leads, and the not interested leads, which allows you to fully understand conversion rates and ultimately convert 2 or even 3 times more leads. So here's a quick demo of a call with this inbound agent showing you the dashboard being updated in real time.
Hi, thanks for calling Solar London. My name's Rahul. How can I help you today?
Hi, I just wanted to inquire about your services.
Sure thing. What would you like to know about our services? Solar panels, installations, or something else?
Yeah, so I'm just based in Reading and I wanted to get solar installation for my home.
I see. Unfortunately, we currently only provide solar installation services within London. But I'll note your details in case we expand to Reading in the future. Have a great day.
Okay, perfect. So you saw there an example of a lead which phoned in but was unqualified. So let's see how the dashboard was updated as a result of that call. Okay, so we can see the total number of inbound calls was logged as 9, and then the total not qualified leads is logged as 1. And we can see that was updated in the pie chart and also on the bar chart here on the left-hand side. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to build out this dashboard, as well as the inbound voice agent and the relevant automations connected in with that. Okay, now if you're new to the channel, my name's Rahul and I run a 6-figure AI automation agency based in London, where we specialize in building AI agents to help businesses convert more leads while saving money and countless hours of time. Now, if you want some of these exact systems for yourself, you can access them in my free school community. The link is in the description below. Or if you're a business owner looking to leverage these systems in your own business, or perhaps another agency owner looking to upsell AI systems to your existing clients, then feel free to book in a call with myself via the second link in the description. Okay, now let's kick things off by breaking down the inbound voice agent system. Okay, so the way this works is super simple. Whenever a business gets an inbound phone call, we pass that inbound phone call to the Retell AI voice agent we build out. And as soon as the Retell AI voice agent receives that call, we fetch some data from GoHighLevel via a webhook. This could be the first name, last name, email, phone number, the conversation history of the actual customer. It's useful to obtain these details just in case the customer is already in the CRM and we already have some past information about them. And then from there, the conversation can go down several routes. So we can have a general FAQ conversation where the customer has a few general questions, perhaps about opening hours, how they get in contact via email, or maybe even questions about the actual service itself, in which case the AI agent can handle those simple questions. But if it's a question which the AI agent perhaps can't handle, or perhaps the customer wants to speak directly to a person or a human representative, then the agent can actually transfer the call specifically to a person. And that is only within business hours. If the call actually takes place outside of business hours, the agent will take a note and it will send an email to the team just to notify them that the call actually took place. Then the team can actually call the customer back on the next working day. Or if the lead has phoned in, perhaps asked a few general questions, but perhaps the business doesn't actually supply the service which the lead was initially looking for, then the lead will be marked as not interested and handled accordingly. Or maybe the customer is actually interested in some of the services the business offers, but perhaps they are unqualified. Perhaps the business doesn't actually serve their location. Or maybe the lead does actually meet the qualification criteria, in which case the agent will try to push them to actually book in for a 10 to 15 minute call with a human rep. And then after the actual call takes place, all of that data is pushed over to the CRM. And then we also track the specific data and call outcomes within the Airtable dashboard. So that's a pretty high level overview of the actual system. So now let's jump into the specifics of how everything actually works. So we'll kick things off in Retell AI. So from here, we've specifically built out the agent as an inbound agent. So we've assigned a specific role and context, a task. We fed in the lead information, which is passed through via an inbound webhook. And then we've also given it specifics as well as the exact conversational flow to follow. And then further down the bottom here, we've also fed in some notes, which are less important than the other things, but still worth the agent knowing. So Retell AI is where we've actually built out the entire agent. So we've got the conversational flow built out in here. We've got the various functions. So that can be for transferring calls, ending calls, making bookings, checking availability into the calendar, and then also the post-call analysis where we're sending various bits of information back over to the CRM and Airtable so we can track everything that we need to. Okay, so I won't bore you with the actual specifics on how everything works in here, but you can access the exact template in my free school community down below. So if you head on over to the description, click the top link, join the school community, and you will find this template within the resources section. Okay, so now let me actually walk you through the GoHighLevel automation we have set up. So whenever a call has taken place, we trigger this inbound webhook, which sends all of the data over from the call to this workflow. And within here, we can process it accordingly. So after the call has been analyzed, it comes down this branch. We find the contact to see if they already exist within the CRM. If they do exist, we then come down this branch. If they don't exist, we create a contact with the relevant information, which involves their phone and conversation history. And then down this branch, we increment the call counter by 1. We log the external call within the CRM. And then we also send out an internal notification to the team, so they have the entire conversation summary, as well as the name, email, and phone number of the actual customer that phoned in. And if the AI agent obtained the email during the phone call, we will update the email field with the actual email we obtained. And if we obtain the name, we'll do the same there as well. So we update the full name field with the name that was passed over the phone. Then down the bottom here, we have 5 different branches. So if the lead said they are not interested, we update the pipeline accordingly, as well as send the relevant data over to the Airtable dashboard. If the lead was unqualified, we also do the same. And if the meeting was booked, we also update the pipeline as well as send the data over to the Airtable system. If the call was transferred, we also log that within the system. Then if none of these 4 events happened, but the call still took place, we then log that bit of information within the Airtable system. And that's pretty much it for the GoHighLevel side of things. Now let's move on to the actual inbound webhook, which checks if the contact already exists within HighLevel. If the contact does exist, it will send over the relevant data to the voice agent to use within the conversation. So that could be the name of the customer, the email address, the phone number, and also the conversation history. So the way that works is super simple. We have an inbound webhook within NA10, and the URL for this webhook is configured within Retell AI. It's connected up to the specific phone number, which is configured with the agent. And then we make a HTTP request, which actually uses HighLevel's API just to check if that phone number of the customer already exists within the CRM. And then after that HTTP module, we have a filter. So the filter only allows people to pass if the actual contact exists within HighLevel. And then finally, we send all of that customer data we have back over to Retell AI. So you can see here, we're passing over the first name, the last name, the email, the phone number, and the conversation history. So it's useful for the agent to actually have this information when interacting with the customer, because it can reference the first name of the customer. It can also reference past conversation history, so it knows exactly what journey the user has taken. Now, don't worry if you couldn't follow along with this exact workflow. Everything is provided completely for free in my school community down below, which is the top link in the description. So feel free to join in there and you can access everything in the resources section. Okay, so last but not least, we have the Airtable setup. So now I'm going to show you all of the tables required, the automations, and also how to build out the exact interface. Okay, so first let's talk about the actual tables. So it's a super simple setup. We've only got 2 tables here, one for the contacts and one to log all of the calls. So within the contacts table, we've got the contact ID, which is a unique ID for each contact. We've got the call count, which is the number of calls each contact has actually made. And then we've got a column which links to the calls table and specifies exactly which calls link to which contact. And then finally, we've got the booking status, which allows us to track whether or not a booking was made for the specific contact. And then we have the calls table, which is slightly bigger, so there's a bit more information here. So we have the call ID, which is a unique ID associated with each call. And then we have the contact ID, which is corresponding with that specific call. And then we've got the call number, which specifies whether it's the first, second, or third call for that specific contact. And then we've got the call status, which specifies whether it's answered, not qualified, not interested, transferred, or booked. And then finally, the created date time of that call, which basically stores exactly when this record was added to Airtable. So now let's actually dive into the automations. So we've got one automation here working in the background. So this automation basically processes the data which is passed over from HighLevel. So first of all, we're finding whether or not the contact already exists within the contact table. If the contact does exist, we update it, which means we use the record ID for the record we found, and we basically update it with the booking status. And we also create a record in the calls table with the call counter, the call status, and also the Airtable record ID of the specific contact. So if the contact does not exist, we need to create them within the contacts table, which means updating the booking status and also setting the contact ID. And then we also create a record within the calls table to log the call number, the call status, and also the corresponding contact ID. And then finally, we have the interface, which is super simple. We have the total number of inbound calls, which is just a count of the number of rows in the calls table. We have the total bookings made, which is just a count of the number of rows where the call status is booked. And the same for transfers made, and the same for not qualified, and finally for not interested as well. And then we're plotting all of that data in a nice pie chart as well as a bar chart. Now again, if you want this exact system for yourself, you can access it for free if you join my school community. Top link in the description. You can access all of these resources completely for free within the resources section. And if you have any questions or want to see any specific videos from me, feel free to drop a comment down below. I respond and check every single one of them. And if you're a business owner looking to leverage AI automations like this in your business, then head to the second link in the description below and book in a call with myself, where I can give you a completely free audit and show you exactly where these systems can actually be leveraged. And also don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you like these videos, and also let me know if there's anything specific you guys want to see. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.